Coming up on Look Today, well, we've got updates on the Smart City Initiative in Saratoga Springs. I've got details. And the Lake George Association continues to battle invasive species in Lake George. More on that coming up. Plus, we've got information regarding the health benefits associated with the Greenbelt Trail in Saratoga. I've got those details all ahead on Look Today. Welcome everyone, I'm J. Hood Jackson, and this is Look Today. Well, in tonight's program, I sit down with Kim Bren. She's Executive Director of the Glens Falls Senior Center. We're joined by Bob Dillon. He's the CEO of Adirondack Strategic Marketing, and they're here to talk about the Victorian Tea event that's taking place tomorrow at the Senior Center. I also sit down with Supervisor Claudia Bramer. She's Warren County Supervisor for Glens Falls Ward 3. We're joined by Bernice Menace. She's one of the organizers for the Climate March that's happening this weekend in Glens Falls. And they're here to talk about that rally and why it's important for our community. Plus, we've got your weather for the Tri-North counties, but first, these headline stories. Well, in our lead story, the Smart City Initiative is underway for the city of Saratoga Springs. Spearheaded by Commissioner of Finance Michelle Madigan, the group consists of local business and technology leaders. Well, a meeting took place last night in the Music Hall in Saratoga Springs to showcase presentations from students involved in this project. Now, the idea is to connect the city through Wi-Fi and mobile applications that will accommodate service industries. Now, having access to the internet, as you know, becomes increasingly important day to day for individuals and businesses alike. Well, we spoke to the president and CEO of NiceTech. His name is Mike Walsh.
NiceTech, the company I'm president of, is helping the city of Saratoga create a smart city. And this is one of the many different commission events where we present ideas on how we can help citizens, businesses, and visitors come to the smartest city in the country, the gig city, Saratoga Springs.
It was a great meeting. Now, while we were there, we also spoke to one of the students involved in a project. Now, his name is Eric Dominguez, and we spoke to him about what the future looks like for technology in Saratoga.
How we looked at it was kind of what underlying technology, not only how does it look today for the city of Saratoga Springs, but also for the future of Saratoga Springs. So we looked at, different models, different solutions to not only just provide people with opportunities to stream and do all that kind of obvious stuff with public Wi-Fi, but other things such as safety, security, management of the events with existing infrastructure.
It's wonderful when young people get involved. It really is. Hey, by the way, we're sorry about the lighting situation there. It was not ideal for us. In other news, well, the Lake George Association continues to tackle the growing issue of invasive species in Lake George. Now, the invasive species found in the lake include Asian clam, Chinese mystery snail, how about that one, the spiny water flea, zebra mussels, and the Eurasian milfoil plant. Now, these species, as you can figure out, disrupt the natural ecology of the lake. The Eurasian milfoil plant is reducing biodiversity, diminishing fish habitats and populations, and negatively impacting wetland habitats. Well, we spoke to Walt Lender. He's Executive Director of the Lake George Association.
The management that we choose to do here on Lake George is hand harvesting. So hand harvesting is a very huge effort. It takes a lot of diver time to do this, but it's a safe way to remove the milfoil from the lake and make the lake more navigable, remove the plants from the lake itself so that they don't spread to other parts of the lake.
And keeping that lake healthy is essential to the well-being of our communities. Switching from news to weather. Today saw an increased temperatures. High hit the 70s and the sun came out. Let's see how the rest of the week is shaping up. For a more detailed look at our weather, we're going to head to the Glens Falls Weather Center for a look at your first forecast.
Thank you, Jesse. Hope everybody's been having a wonderful day so far. So we take a look at the big picture right now. We'll be watching this next cold frontal boundary starting to scoot in as we go throughout the overnight hours. High pressure working in behind all that, so that's good news for us. Should really feel minimal impact unless you're up through the overnight hours of tonight. As the system quickly pushes in and out, we should start to see those clouds increase through the evening hours ahead of this system. This front quickly pushing through, then clearing occurring as soon as the sun comes back up tomorrow morning. So late chance of showers and thunderstorms may be passing through between midnight and 3 a.m. Low 57, otherwise cloudy skies. South wind with us now continue to hold through the daytime tomorrow. And we're going to quickly see those skies clear back out with more and more sunshine. Southerly flow, drier air mass in place. This is going to be a gorgeous afternoon with a warm day expected, a high about 76 degrees. So out the door tomorrow morning, not a bad commute. We'll see clearing skies, temperatures still in the upper 50s and low 60s, conditions drying back out. We're going to still see some more wet weather chances for the next couple of days. Very weak system will drag through Saturday, high about 76, and then behind that a bit of a cool down, 67 Sunday, but back to the sunshine. Now into next week, we'll be watching a pretty potent cold front sliding across the southeast and into portions of the Great Lakes region. Another big front from north to south, and that will be diminishing as it slides our way, but still some showers and thunderstorms on the way as we head into Monday and Tuesday. Well, that's it from the Weather Center. Now let's get back to you, Jesse.
Thanks, Brad. That 5-day forecast is changing a bit, but at least it's getting warmer. Back to the news. Well, we've got some updates on the Greenbelt Trail project in Saratoga. Now, some of the benefits behind creating biking and hiking trails connecting our region together are the health benefits associated with it. Now, it is reported that individuals who bike on a regular basis cut their chances of health problems almost in half. Well, we spoke to Tina Carton. She's the coordinator for the park's Open Land Historic Preservation.
Regular cycling cut the risk of death from any cause by 41%, the incidence of cancer by 45%, and heart disease by 46%. And this was over someone who was kind of more a stationary lifestyle. And these cyclists clocked on average 30 miles a week, so we're not talking about extremely long riding. We're not talking about the people who are going out and doing the cycling that you see on Saturday in all of their gear. We're just talking about people getting to and from work.
Well, in other words, they're talking to you and they're talking to me. Up next, I sit down with Kim Bren. She's executive director of the Glens Falls Senior Center. And we're joined by Bob Dillon. He's the CEO of Adirondack Strategic Marketing. And they're here to talk about the Victorian Tea event that's taking place tomorrow at the Senior Center. Plus, I also sit down with Supervisor Claudia Bramer. Now, she's a Warren County Supervisor for Glens Falls Ward 3. And we're joined by Bernice Menace. Now, she's one of the organizers for a climate march that's taking place this weekend in Glens Falls. And they're here to talk about that rally and why it's important for our community. But first, if you see news happening, you want to share a story idea. How about join us for an interview? Then give us a call on the hotline. The number is 798-8000. Well, that's all the time we have for this edition of Look Today. I've got a couple of lookouts for tonight. First and foremost, I want to give you an update on Jim Ripkema. He is the owner of the store in Hague, who was shot at point blank range the other day. He's in stable condition and talking. We're hearing a lot from neighbors and friends about him, and we, of course, wish him speedy recovery. The person who did this is still on the loose, so there's a phone number, 583-7000. 583-7000. They believe he is in the area, so if you see anything suspicious, please call 583-7000. Tonight on Look TV, it's sold. That's our call-in auction program. Great estate jewelry and coins. Fun show to watch. A reminder to communicate with us through Facebook. We love hearing from you. We're getting a lot of very interesting comments about what we're doing. And last but not least, SPAC announced a program today called SPAC on Stage. This is where the audience actually gets the opportunity to sit on stage during the performance. Very, very cool idea, and very much in keeping with all of the innovative thinking that's going on at SPAC surrounding their programming. They created a video for it, killer video, and we got it today, and we decided to take the program out with it tonight. So I'll see you tomorrow night for the stories that matter to you. Now here's that video for SPAC on Stage.